Yo, what is up, PPL fans? Shadi, your coach of Bayern Munich. And as you can tell from the title, this is a different video, an important video, with hopefully PPL W2 slammed either at the end. If not, then I'll make a different video. But I think I'm too lazy for that. I also slept for too long because I'm a napping piece of shit. So, yeah, at the end you'll have PPL W2, which is, as you can probably tell from the title, my last PPL game. Yeah, I decided to retire, like a true veteran, like a 35-year-old football player. Yeah, so I decided to stop playing mid-season. Why? Because I realized that there's absolutely no enjoyment for me in this game at all at the moment. I dread playing. I dread having to prep because I just don't want to. And at this point, there's nothing in it for me. I gain nothing from from playing and uploading and stuff. Sure, uploading I do gain something, but from the playing part there's nothing. And even I don't even gain much from uploading. Like, I don't make money. I just gain the support, which I appreciate a lot. But that isn't worth me just forcing myself to do something I really, really don't want to do. As you can probably tell from yeah, I said something on Twitter that I was probably gonna stop playing after this PPL season, but I realized that I don't want to do it anymore. And this decision has been a long time coming. I didn't want to leave at the start of the season, mid-season, because for one, I'm an admin of PPL. I help run this shit. And because of that, I also know that well, I know in general there's a lot of people that already left the season, so I would feel bad. I do feel bad, and we've had somewhat of a problem finding replacements in the sense, because, well, we found a lot of great replacements, but usually we had more options to choose from. Granted, we probably would have still picked the same people, but like a lot of people that I was like, would you be theoretically interested in the future for the season if someone drops? Because I knew there were some problems, including myself mainly. They're like, nah, other league is going on, I can't do it. And that's completely fine, that's completely reasonable. This is a bad timing because every fucking league in the world is playing at the same goddamn time for some reason. Partially our fault because we waited for forever, but and then obviously people left the league because they were doing other things. Like Jolt is off to absolutely obliterate the GBA, and I love it. So I didn't want to do that because, like, finding a replacement is a pain in the ass, and I didn't know if there was any already. But I talked to Kyle, I talked to some other people and admins. I talked to my front office mainly because there is, I think, 3 admins in there plus me, if I can count correctly. So yeah, I just talked to him, mainly Kyle, and he was like, dude, just, if you don't want to do this, just stop. Like, there's no fucking point. So I did that. I also quit one of the off-season leagues. I mean, there's not one I'm in because I'm in the semifinals. I decided, you know what, let's just play this at some point in the future, and maybe within the next 5 years, who knows? Maybe it's like the TBU playoffs or whatever it was. Yeah, I forgot what I was trying to say. That's cool. Classic me. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, who could I ask for a replacement? And the first person that really came to mind was the person that actually thankfully said yes, and that is the Vert, a very good friend of mine, one of the best players out there without a shadow of a doubt. He's so fucking good, incredibly creative, bit of an idiot when building in the best way possible. He brings the stupidest shit in the best scenarios. I love it. I loved it when I still watch stuff. But yeah, his link will be in the description below. Please make sure to check him out. Give him some love. He's going to be taking over the Bayern Munich for the rest of the season, obviously under his name, the Tampa Bay Frogadiers. But you may know him from the NPL, from I think GBA Power Rankings, he did PPL Power Rankings, he did NPL stuff, analyst stuff before he became a coach. He's been in other leagues. I played him in GPC once. I played him in NPL, of course. That didn't go so well, like the entire season in the NPL. But yeah, he's so good. Absolutely fantastic human being as well. I don't think there's anyone that knows Vert that doesn't love him, because he's such a great dude, and I'm very happy that he will be taking over my team and finishing the season. Hopefully, he can win the whole thing. If not, then it's my fault for losing before he joined, or the games, whatever. And yeah, so that's that. Another thing I want to go into is that I probably won't be uploading anything for a long time. At least that's the plan. Who knows what happens? I don't want to do Pokemon, obviously. Maybe I'll upload the off-season league I'm in because I have a Mewtwo, and uploading those games could be kind of fun. As a league where everyone has like one Uber, so maybe I'll upload that in just one go when it's done. That's like a final hurrah. I will more than likely come back at some point, so if you don't want to unsub, don't. It's completely up to you. I don't really care. You were here when I did upload, and I appreciate that. But yeah, eventually I'll probably come back to Pokemon because, like, come on, it's Pokemon. I've been playing this shit for God knows how long now. But another thing I want to go into is that I realized, in especially my week 2 battle, which I will hopefully have at the end, that I just don't play half as well as I used to. Like I used to be good at this game, right? Like I'm not anymore. I used to have this strength of always having the late game in mind, and you will very, very rarely find an old game of mine where I made mistakes regarding the late game, where I didn't consider something, or where I just forget about something. You usually had to surprise me, or I had to misplay in other ways, but it usually wasn't something regards to the late game. I always had that in mind, always, with very few excuses. What's the word I'm looking for? Exceptions. There we go. Very few exceptions. Like, that was always the one thing I was really good at. And then I got surprised by people, which doesn't really count into that. So that wasn't there this game. As you can probably tell, I lost. But I made a massive misplay. I don't know why I did that. It doesn't make sense. Like, I couldn't think. Couldn't get myself to think about the late game. I just didn't want to. I don't know what it was, but it was garbage basically. So I basically threw away a game that I could have won. Shit happens, as the kids say. I don't know if I would have definitely won, but I would have had a chance. That's for sure. And yeah, I don't know, quite bad. So I don't know where it went. And it annoys me because, like, I used to be good and now I'm not as good. Like, I'm still a decent player, obviously, because nothing just goes away. But yeah, I don't know. And lastly, I think this should be the last part. I don't know. I wanna first of all apologize for the people supporting me that are just gonna have to, sit there and watch other people that are actually doing better at this whole thing than me. How sad is that? No, but yeah. Sorry to you guys. I'm gonna be quote unquote selfish here and just focus on myself and doing things I enjoy, like Overwatch and FIFA and sleeping and jacking off and eating, those kind of things. As well as life, the whole real life thing. That's the thing that exists. Maybe I'll come back with Overwatch videos and FIFA videos. I was really keen on doing FIFA videos a while ago. Maybe I'll end up doing that, buy an Elgato and shit, and then do some FIFA. Probably on a different channel at that point though, because like there's so different content. So why not? And like 90% of my subscribers don't give a fuck about FIFA or Overwatch. So but yeah. So I forgot what I was trying to say. Nice. Classic me. I don't have any notes, if you can't fucking tell. This is terrible. But yeah, I encourage you to follow me on Twitter, because there you will always keep... I'll keep you updated on things, and if I ever do things again, you will see that. Link to it is always in the description below. I also encourage you to check out every other PPL coach. I love all of them. A bunch of lovely people, and they deserve your support more than I do, because I'm not doing anything anymore. Please check them out. You'll find several people that you don't know yet that you will enjoy the content of. We pick PPL, people for the PPL very carefully, and I think we do a good job usually. So yeah, check them out. I think those things will likely be in the description if I'm not too lazy. And lastly, just thank you. If you've been here for the whole, I don't know how many years I've been doing this until now, or if you just came in more recently, which are not that many people. Anyway, thank you for watching my shit. I genuinely do appreciate it. I didn't expect to get a couple hundred subscribers, honestly, which is not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but you know, to random dude playing Pokemon, it's a decent chunk, you know. And yeah, this is the end for now. We'll see if there's something else coming. I don't know. For now, this is the last hurrah. And yeah, it's kind of sad, but also really a big relief. Just gonna do shit I enjoy until a drive for Pokemon comes back and I can actually put in work and you know, be motivated to play and crush some nerds and shit. So that's gonna be great. I'm not doubting that I will come back eventually. But it's already been 11 minutes of fucking rambling. Again, thank you all so very much for sticking around with this mediocre meme of a channel. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna end this now and then get into the recording for V2. So that was the last time. This is the last time I'm gonna be coached by Munich on public things, and that's kind of weird. Again, make sure to check out Vert and stuff. And with that, I'm gonna hop out and watch. You can watch the week 2 video. Goodbye. Okay, welcome to week 2 of PPL season 6. This is up against Redithan and his Tennessee Titans. His link will as always be in the description below. Make sure to check him out. Lovely dude, very good friend of mine, and a good player, and a good content creator, very entertaining dude. And I love him. Make sure to check him out. So I'm gonna go over this rather briefly because, you know, the things I said in the first part of the video. But his team should be on screen depending on how lazy I am. Maybe I'll just leave it. I don't know. Doesn't matter at this point. Yeah, Stepper Coco with Z-moves, Mega Kangaskhan, Greninja, Hawlucha, Tsurina, Piloswine, Gudra, Weezing, Rapidash with Z-moves, Klinklang with Z-moves, and Necrozma. So, pretty scary team offensively. Mega Kang is a threat. Greninja is a big problem to my team. Hawlucha always terrifies me like nothing ever should. And then Klinklang could actually be a threat as well. Necrozma is annoying. So it's a pretty wild team. I don't really want to play that, but Tapu Koko can also, of course, be a massive problem, as it always can be, especially because it has Z-moves. It didn't have Z-moves. Steelix will just have that covered. But he's probably going to have Guardian of Alola, and I'm going to have to deal with that, but you know, Klinklang could actually be a threat if it has Magnet Rise, so that's something I need to look out for in building a little bit. And yeah, so first up, as you can see, we do have Feraligatr, VHD/Gator. Check out the link; it's a good link. With Life Orb, Sheer Force, Waterfall, Ice Punch, Aqua Ditch, DD. This thing just absolutely annihilates this team brutally, and there's nothing he can do. He's likely to have Yachi Berry Tsurina, likely to potentially have Yachi Berry Gudra. Weezing gets tweet KO'd. Yes, I forgot to put Liquidation on. I actually had a Waterfall because I'm that fucking stupid. Yeah, I think I was planning with Liquidation and then just put Waterfall on out of Reflex and then never noticed it. And in the one mock I had, even though I clicked Waterfall, neither me or my opponent noticed. So, you know, whatever. It doesn't make a huge difference. It's just kind of funny. I had sub over Aqua Jet, but I felt like priority would be nice, especially for Lucha. If that thing gets out of hand and is pretty low, I can pick that off. And yeah, Sub was there to dodge Willows from Weezing, but honestly Weezing has a pretty shit matchup, so I don't think he's gonna bring that. And yeah, Gator is the main win content thing, is just gonna go in against his team. Mega Kang obviously can take a hit because Mega Kang, as I said, Weezing gets just straight to KO at +1. I think Necrozma gets annihilated as well, so the thing is just an absolute beast. Next we do have Ashido, because with the Electric Seed actually, Psychic Recover, Calm Mind, and Signal Beam max defense. As my Lucha counter, Electric Seed because he's likely to have Electric Seed on his Lucha. That's also why I have Psychic Oversized Shock because it does still OHKO. Even if it's max HP, I have like a 90-something percentage to kill him, so that's cool. Electric Seed, of course, will give me a defense boost and just let me deal with her Lucha for days. This obviously means I can't switch it in as much into other things, or I can't switch it in at all against other things because I don't want to pop the Electric Seed. But you know, that's fine. Yeah, cool setup, cool set. Calm Mind with Signal Beam for the Greninja, as well as the Necrozma. Can't really touch Klinklang, but it's a Klinklang. That's pretty much it. it's a fucking Klinklang. You have Mind Mega Lopunny, with, you know, this is regular Lopunny, but it doesn't matter. Enough speed to speed Coco after Mega Evolve, of course. Return, Drain Punch, Power Punch, and Substitute. So this is a really nice setting against this team. If I can weaken Necrozma, which I have other means of doing, which I will show you in a second, Excuse me, I was probably really loud. Then the thing can just kind of go in again. If he does bring Wheezing, I can sub out on that, and then just return it a couple times, and that's cool. Drain Punch for recovery, and then Power Punch to just get those boosts going. If he doesn't bring a Scuffer, the thing just kind of goes absolutely wild against this team. And I think he kind of has to bring a Scuffer for this, and I guess not for Weaver because he has Coco. But yeah, the thing just kind of goes in against this team. The Crossbow, of course, is a problem, but again, I do have means of weakening that. I have Gold Digger, the sha-leik, Rocky Helmet, Sturdy, Earthquake, Toxic, Raw, Stealth Rock, especially defensive, quite straightforward stuff. This thing deals with so much depending on the set. If Coco isn't Guardian of Lola, that's dealt with. Mega Kang is mostly dealt with. Also the helmet, I can kind of throw it into moves, and that's kind of cool. As you can see, I didn't prep a whole lot for Mega Kang, but I think I'm fine. What else does it do? Well, Gouda, I guess I can take a Draco if necessary. It also takes on the Crossbow to some extent. I can Toxic that I can get my Stealth Rocks, of course, which is nice chip damage against this team. I just love sha-leik, dude. It's just such a good Pokemon, and anyone who disagrees is wrong. This thing is so fucking good, and I love it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just sha-leik. It's made for Coco and helping with Kang a little bit, and that's pretty much all it does. And I don't know why I thought I did a bunch of shit. Next up, we do have Ribery, the Aromatisse, Moonblast, Calmite, which protect straightforward stuff. His Fairy Resists are pretty fucking dog shit. He has Whizzing, Rapidash, and Cling Clang, so like, what's he gonna fucking do? This spread has a specific reason. I forget what it was. I'm sorry. I think it was to deal with Greninja. Sorry. Take Gunk Shots and take Hydro Pumps depending on the set, and I don't remember. I'm sorry. But yeah, this is my switch into Greninja, quote unquote, because my team is super Greninja weak. Like if you just bring Life Orb, like 4 attacks, I'm kind of fucked, and I have to revenge kill with Mega Lopunny. So. And that's scary. It's a scary prospect. So, also Gator can't kill it because I don't have a fighting move or anything. So I need that weakened a little bit. If it is Life Orb, of course, that does help a ton. So, and last we do have Quick Moth, and that name couldn't be more accurate because we are running a Choice Scarf Venomoth, Bug Buzz, Slush Bomb, Sleep Powder, Toxic Spikes, Modest Max Special Attack, and then 212 Speed. That I don't remember what it was there for. I think it was probably towards Speed Coco with the Scarf. That would make sense. But yeah, this thing, it's a throw off Greninja and Coco. Maybe get an early pick on them. That was Overwatch talk. Yeah, knock them out early and get rid of those annoying threats, especially Greninja. If I can catch it off guard, that'd be beautiful. But Toxic Spikes also allow me to get up T-Spikes, and if I don't do that, it allows me to put something to sleep with the Choice Scarf, and that's super duper nice. I cannot speed the Hawlucha before it sets up, or before it gets its thingy, whatever it may be activated. Whatever it activates on Burden on his end, probably Electric Seed, which I can't really do anything about. And Sleep Powder. And just in general, Scarf Venomoth is a spicy meme. It also allows me to revenge kill Coco and Gren without having to rely on Mega Lopunny, which is super big. Because especially if Lope gets low and he has the Water Shuriken on Greninja, which I pretty much expect him to have, because with Rocky Helmet from the cross mod he could have. I can, get worn down and then be in water shooting range. The thing is a secondary check to that, which is super nice. I was considering bringing Quiver Dance, but ultimately I settled for Choice Scarf. And that was my first thought, and I was like, fuck it, let's just go with it. And I think it can definitely catch him off guard. Get me some surprise picks, and maybe get up Toxic Spikes, because Toxic Spikes are incredible against this team. The only things that are not affected are Hawlucha, obviously the Wheezing, and the Cling Clang. Everything else gets poisoned by T-Spikes, and his removal isn't the greatest, so Toxic Spikes are so fucking good against this team. Hope I can get them off. And yeah, I'm gonna pause and then we get right into the game. I think is pretty straightforward. Okay, so as you can see, we're on Showdown, and that is because we DC'd over 2 days, so we tried to play 5 times. We DC'd 3 times on the day we initially wanted to play, which was before the deadline, and then we had to postpone until after the deadline because I think he had class on that day, and then between those times we just couldn't align our schedules because time zones are garbage. So yeah, we did see twice again, I think, on the day we actually ended up playing, and then we're in Showdown now, and that's unfortunate. We thankfully didn't DC too far into the game. I think it was like 6 turns ish, so that's fine. So I'm just gonna get into the game. I'm gonna lead off with my Venomoth. He leads with Greninja, and I'm thinking, right, I don't think he's gonna have U-turn this matchup. I just feel like he has better options on his moveset, like a lot better options. And I don't think he wants to waste a moveset on U-turn when he can just kind of kill the majority of my team quite reliably. So my thought is, he doesn't want to fuck around with the thing. Maybe I'm Sash and I just kill him, even if like Life Orb just kills me. Maybe he suspects a potential Scarf. Who knows? Maybe I should adjust these dimensions a little. I'm sorry, I'm unprofessional. Also, I'm getting Discord messages. Shut up, Lars. So, my thought is, he's not going to stay in. He's probably going hard Gudra, because that thing doesn't care about Venomoth at all. So, that's my thoughts. I'm going to click Toxic Spikes. If I get them up turn 1, he doesn't notice I'm Scarf because he just hard switches. I'm in a great position, because only Hawlucha is unaffected by it. As you can see, I didn't even talk about what he brought. Jesus Christ, I'm out of the loop. But this is pretty much what I expected. Nothing scary is not there. These are his scariest mons. So, nothing too big to talk about there anyway. No Cling Clang, so Roar on Sticks is not quite useless because there's a Lucha, but anyway. So yeah, my thought is he's going to switch out. I'm going to go T-Spikes, and he just U-turns, and that's bad, because now he knows I'm Scarf, and I'm sad. So, but I do get my T-Spikes, and now he goes into Coco, and I have to go hard sha-leiks. Since T-Spikes are up, I'm fine with this, because he's going to take these turns of poison damage, and I'm going to assume that he has Grass Knot, which is going to make contact, so he's going to take more damage from the Rocky Helmet, and that means, you know, sha-leiks is going down, but he's taking all that damage, and that's beautiful. So, Negan is going to make it open. Even if he's bulky, he's going to die to the return, and Toxic Spikes up, which was my plan. So, Necrozma is going to get worn down by that. He doesn't have leftovers, he doesn't have the Rocky Helmets. That's kind of interesting. So, I'm going to go hard into Ribery. I don't really care what this thing does. I can call mine up, and he actually has D, so I do kind of care what this thing does. But this is fine, because unless he right here reveal, actually I'm going to go for Moon Mess. Unless he reveals that he's sha-leik Berry, I'm fine. Even if he does, I do have Aqua Jet on my Gator, so as long as Aromatisse can keep this thing low and take a Photon, Geyser, whatever the fuck that move, I'm fine. This is about where we defeat the second time around or something. I'm fine. So as you can see, he's not going to reveal the sha-leik Berry, so I'm fine. We're just staying in here, taking one Photon Geyser to the fucking face. That does a clean 94%. And the request one is going down. So now he has nothing for Mega Lopunny. It's not Scarf Coco. It's not Scarf Gren. Unless it's Scarf Gudra or Hawlucha, I'm fine. So, he kills me with the Thunderbolt. I'm going to go Mega Lop, knock the thing out with the return. Picking up another kill for mine. Now it's 4-4. He brings in Gudra. And I don't think he's going to be Scarf Gudra. I don't think he will be. If he is, then oh well. I can likely take a hit. But what he is likely to have is Draco Meteor or potentially Superpower. So my play here is subbing up, seeing what he wants to go for, and then Drain Punch, get my health back anyway, and then I'll be fine. So he does drop a Draco, as you can see here. That's beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. And I'm going to make a bit of a misplay, I think, and subbing up again. As he goes into a Lucha and he gets his Electricity activated, so that's gone. And now I make what looks like a really good play, but it's not actually what I meant. My thought process was, if he's like a max HP, like a really bulky Hawlucha with HP and some defense investment with Roost, he can actually SD to the moon against Mega Lopunny, after, you know, breaking my sub once so that I can't just Power Punch freely. And then kind of go to town and just win the game. But what it looks like I'm doing is getting my Electric Seed on the last turn of Electric Terrain, which would be a good play. But as I said in the first video, I forgot how to play Pokemon. So that play doesn't really make much sense with my reasoning. But if you look at it this way, it does make sense. So I'm gonna go into Runicus, get my Electric Seed activated. Acrobat is gonna do nothing, and he's actually gonna switch out here. So I clicked Psychic because I don't. As long as Hawlucha switches out and goes through his own burden, Lop wins. Look at his team. Gudra isn't Scarf, Gren isn't Scarf, Kang doesn't want to take a fighting move, Hawlucha is not weakened, but Hawlucha doesn't want to deal with it too much. So if we get some damage off on Hawlucha, and preferably someone Kang, because I don't think Drain Punch kills, especially if he's a bulkier spread, then I'm fine. So I'm going to go for Psychic Heals and Grinja, that's fine. I'm going to sack off my Reuniclus here, 2D Dark Pulse, and that's fine. And now I can go to Mega Lopunny, just click Drain Punch and pretty much kill something. So Grinja's gonna go down. I get back to essentially full HP, and that's beautiful. So Mega Lopunny is looking good. Now he's in Hawlucha, and I forget how to play Pokemon. So I couldn't tell you what my thought process was here. My thought process was I can win with Gale and Venomoth, but I just couldn't think genuinely, I couldn't think about the late game, as I said in my before the game. So I don't know what the fuck I was doing here. My play was obviously to sack Venomoth and then go into Gator. Like, even if he is SD or something, I can sleep powder it, and that's fine. Or even then, I can just sludge bomb it and get some damage off, potentially get a poison, and he won't get unburdened. So no matter what he does, Venomoth is the play here. It's likely just gonna die, but I can go into Feraligatr, get Ice Punch off, kill this thing, and then it's Kang and Gudra versus around half HP Gator and a Mega Lopunny at full, and that will always go to the Mega Lopunny with Drain Punch. So I don't know what I was doing. I think my thought process was that I can, after this, go into Gator, DD up, and then he chokes or something by going into Gudra and not having I don't know, dude. I couldn't fucking tell you. I think my thought process was he's gonna choke and go Gudra, which makes no fucking sense. So yeah, I'm just gonna go for a turn, knock this out, and then die. But at this point, that's likely the game. But gonna go in my Gator, knowing I can take an Acrobatics. I'm just gonna DD up because I will outspeed. That actually was a low roll, so I couldn't have switched in. He has like a 90% chance to kill me, so you know. No, he goes into MILF money. That is his Mega Kang. He does reveal the fake out, so that's a problem. And the final nail in the coffin. He's also going to make the smart play of going to Gudra. I'm going to go for the waterfall, the not liquidation. Do clean 55%. Go for another waterfall. Knock out. He isn't actually gooey, which I think is ridiculous because gooey makes his team not die to my Mega Lopunny as much. But yeah, I don't know what it was. But now I'm going to quick moth, maybe get a hyper crit. No. If we got a crit, I actually could have won. We could have drawn here because of the potential recoil. Well, it would have been a 0-0 win for him, I think, but still, it would have been a draw in my heart. So yeah, GG Ethan. I did not play well, as I said at the end. That was just garbage. But you know, happens. I don't have the. I don't have Pokemon in me. Straight up. That's I don't know. I don't know how to play anymore. I can't put my mind to the game, as you can see, because that's not a mistake I would usually make ever. Because that's super simple, super obvious stuff, and I don't know what happened. But yeah, that's it. Again, make sure to check out Ethan. Check out the Verd, because he's going to take over the team. I love the dude, and he's going to change the team up a little bit and stuff, and it's going to be interesting to see. And he's going to bring the spices of sets. So if you did watch me for the spicy sets, he's on another level on the spicy scale. Absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's it. Again, thank you for watching not only this video but everything else I've put up so far. And maybe I'll move back, maybe I won't. Again, follow me on Twitter and stuff. And for one last time, make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those. And hopefully see you guys at some point. Goodbye.